Welcome back. I'm Melanie, and this is Kaylin. And we have some news to share with you. We got engaged. This guy proposed to me, finally. So this happened a week ago today. So I've taken the week off from filming. I didn't read a lot this week, unfortunately, but I was like a mess the day after. It happened last Sunday on the 17th, and I could not sleep that night, so I was just on another one on Monday and just not a real person. And then he was able to sleep on Sunday night because he was so stressed before and couldn't sleep the night before. So yeah, we were an interesting duo that weekend, but we're so happy.
So about a week before I proposed, I reached out to her sister and her cousin to help me kind of plan something that would be special and memorable. I was having a hard time picking the right moment. I was carrying the ring around with me for a little while, but you know, it was never quite right, and so I decided to make a plan, try to control the environment, and it worked out really well. We planned to have them take you out to breakfast, and
and with that, like, my sister and my cousin like faked me out so hard, because it's hard to surprise me because I'm like very aware of everything, and we'll read into any little detail. So my family was in town for my grandparents' 90th birthday celebration, which was that Saturday night, and so my sister asked to get brunch the next morning before her flight. And then at the birthday party, my cousin randomly asked me, like, hey, you want to hang out tomorrow before my flight? And I was like, oh, well, I'm getting brunch with Debbie, but I can see you after. And then my cousin was like, oh, can I come to brunch? Like, inviting herself. And then my sister was like, yeah, of course. And I said, yeah, of course. But apparently my sister was supposed to invite her in front of me. So, like, they planned this whole elaborate thing. And that is what threw me off the most, because I was like, if my cousin doesn't know something, like, why would she randomly like ask me like the day before to hang out? So they planned that very well, and that was the one thing that was like, okay, maybe I'm probably not getting engaged tomorrow. So they did a really good job there.
yeah, they were great the night before, and of course the next morning everything went according to plan. I was very nervous, but I chose the location for their breakfast, and I chose the location I would be waiting at. I asked them to suggest a walk after eating breakfast. Melanie loves to take walks after her meals, so gotta digest. And I was waiting, and the park that I chose was special because we had our third date there almost 3 years ago. It was also a Sunday, and I was actually able to pick the exact same spot where we had sat and had a little meal together. So it was very special.
We've been back to that park for a reading date since then also. So yeah, we go to that park.
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah, beautiful park. Yes. Shout out to Brand Park in Glendale. There was a family that kind of rolled up right before you showed up. I was tracking your location on my phone, and a family with small children randomly came up behind me and sat down very close to me. So I had a crisis where I knew you were only about 2 minutes away, but I am terrible at asking strangers to do things for me, including moving so that I could propose. But I think they kind of got the hint. They saw me sort of pacing around, and then when they saw you walk up, I think they kind of took the hint and gave us a little space. But it was a really sweet, I proposed and I fumbled my words. You were interrupting me quite a bit, and they were all very sweet. They cheered for us, and
yeah, there was like a little library kind of right behind where he proposed, and there's like a little terrace. I think there were a bunch of people like watching behind the bushes, and they cheered right after, and that was fun. Like, yeah. I don't like crowds in public, but this wasn't like too public. It was
maybe
nice.
six people or so.
Yeah, and it was nice to get a little cheers.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And then he brought champagne and
right.
flowers to celebrate a little after. We sat there in our third date picnic spot.
Yeah.
So that was cute.
Yeah, we sat around for about an hour before we packed it in and came home to get ready, because I had also planned what turned out to be a very nice engagement party. I was
You did
able
so
to
good.
get the entire family out and all of our, all of our closest friends, especially the ones who have spent a lot of time with us together as a couple. Not everybody could be there, but just about. It was
We had
really
a
special.
lot of people.
Mhm.
I mean, not to brag, we do have a lot of friends combined. So there was how many, like 50 people there? I don't know, you
A
had
little
the
less,
guesses,
little
but
less than
yeah.
that, but yeah, between
I
40
also
and
have a
50.
lot of family, so.
Yes.
But it was so nice to celebrate with
Mhm.
everyone after. I had asked him to plan something like that, so it wasn't a
Yeah.
big surprise for me. I think
I
some
think-
people were a little disappointed in that.
I think she was surprised.
I didn't
that-
know when it would happen, obviously, or where it was happening. And he picked a beautiful, little winery.
Mhm.
It's like Malibu Wines out in Woodland Hills. It's like kind of an extension of the actual Malibu Wines that's in Malibu. But it was so cute and romantic. They had lights hanging from the trees, and I'm a wine girl, so he did very well, and I'm very proud of him. And I was so happy.
Yeah, I think the only thing that surprised her was that I was actually able to manage pulling something like
Yeah.
this off.
Really?
But you
I
know,
was stressing.
it's the one thing in my life that I'll have to plan by myself. So
Yeah, he's got me for
I've hitched
literally everything
myself
else.
to a planner. So I'm thankful. Yeah, I guess is that.
Yeah, that wraps up
is
our
that-
little story. So you got to meet him a couple times as my boyfriend, and now he is my fiance.
Are we gonna do a fiance picks my TBR?
I mean, give me some time. I've read a lot of your books,
Oh.
but yeah, probably eventually.
Okay.
I mean, anytime I mention you now, you'll be mentioned as fiance, which is still kind of weird to say, honestly. I haven't gotten fully used to it. But we've had a very busy week.
Mhm.
We had a concert. I'm actually doing a reading vlog right now, so you'll see some of it. But yeah, we took a week off of working out, we were eating whatever we want, giving ourselves
Airport
a break.
rules.
Yeah. No, we're
It's
not
been
drinking.
airport rules for a little while now.
We're not
It's-
drinking at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Well, we did it.
Yes.
Go team.
Go team. So I'll let Kaylin go, and then I'll talk you through a little bit of a reading update so you guys have a sense of what's going on in that department. So, bye!
Bye bye.
So I don't feel like gathering the books, so I'll just put the photos up because I'm being lazy right now, and that's okay. So I have been very slow reading this month, even slower than last month, I think, which is kind of shocking to me. But there's obviously been a lot going on, so don't be too mad at me about it. But I will say I've already found another 5-star read that I'm very excited to show you guys. I've read I finished and started some books for Neurovember, and I'm currently doing a reading vlog for 2 books that you guys picked out as ones you'd like to see a reading vlog for. So I'm really enjoying the first one that I've started. I'm very, very early into it, so you'll be getting a full vlog on all of that. And I kind of shifted a little bit on what my choices were for Neurovember. I originally picked Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, but I actually picked a different John Green book. But I did read the Seanan McGuire's Down Among the Sticks and Bones, which I really enjoyed, and that made me read the first book in that series. So I don't want to give too much away because the wrap up will be coming very soon, but still trying to figure out what my video for next Wednesday will be because I don't think I will be finished with my reading vlog by then. So maybe it'll be a TBR video because it is kind of towards the end of November, and I might do the TBR prompt cards again. So stay tuned for that. So thank you for watching this little update video. I am excited to share this news with you, and you'll see a lot of maybe wedding stuff planning. I'm already deep in it because, I am a type A planner, so it's already a little crazy, but we're probably 2 years out from an actual wedding, so we have plenty of time to actually plan, but we want to get the venue and date locked in, so that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye. 1, 2, 3.
We're engaged. No, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's the word.
Kaylin finally proposed to me.
I feel like it's gonna look like a hostage video or something because I'm not saying it. So
It's okay. Take your time, Eddie.
Yay.